embarrass themselves if they don't have these guys. That kind of ties into our other topic, keys for this game. So let's get into both. What are
Kidnap
your thoughts on
Mahomes.
this?
Kidnap
What
Mahomes
are
to make sure he doesn't come out on the field. No, if Hufanga,
Hitman? No, I'm just kidding.
yeah,
I'm
it's
just kidding.
telling Hufanga and Travarius Ward. I don't see Travarius Ward missing or Hufanga. I think they both will play, especially since Travarius Ward is playing against his old team. I mean, he has to be in a really bad spot not to play. But
Mhm.
keys is getting to Mahomes. We gotta
Yeah,
generate pressure on him, and who's that pressure going to come from? Is it Bosa going to play?
he needs to.
Where and Eric Armstead is not going to play. We know Javon Kinlaw, he's on IR. He's going to miss another 3 games. So far, he's going to miss 6 this year. So I know we're not going to generate no pressure there. So can we pressure Mahomes and making mistakes? I think without now the question is without Hufanga and Travarius Moore, it would have to be pressuring Mahomes, getting him out of his
24/7.
reads. Yeah,
Yeah.
getting him out of his reads and having either Fred Warner or Greenlaw kind of step back, and they have to play a lot of what do you call it? I can't think
As
of the name.
zone 3, it's
Not not zone. It's 6 something.
oh,
It's been a long day for me. I apologize.
no, you're
These
good. You're good. Let me see. 6-man back, like the
Yeah, it stems from what's his name, the coach that were with the Denver
cover 6.
Broncos, the cover 6. Yeah, yeah, we got to play a little bit more of that and kind of keep the linebackers back. But I don't know how good we can generate pass rush just with the 4. We're going to need at the end of the day to just in a nutshell. I should have just said
Yeah.
this: without Hufanga and Travarius Ward, we're not going to win this game. Yeah, it's going to be hard to stop Mahomes. The good thing they don't have number 10 back there. Juju hasn't really been that good for them. Their
Yeah.
run game is pretty good, so we have to contain that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, youngster playing Patrick Mahomes, especially them losing to the Buffalo Bills last week. They're pretty upset. If Hufanga and Chevere Ward doesn't play, I don't think we can do anything to not embarrass ourselves. We will be embarrassed. They're just too good of a team. And then, especially if we're missing Bosa,
Mhm.
it can easily be a 2-digit win for the Chiefs. Somebody asked me for a prediction earlier, and
Yeah, yeah, what's your prediction? Yeah.
I gave a 34-17 Chiefs.
Ooh.
And I
Wow.
never go against my team, but I'm realistic. I love my
Yeah.
team.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't wear my emotions on my sleeve. I don't make emotional calls. Niners. I got the tattoo right here. I got a tattoo right here that says Niners. So 24/7 Niners representing, but I'm realistic. If you're missing key players, it's going to be hard to win. And I don't believe in emotional wins. Oh, we're going to win because I believe it. Oh, shut up. It's
Yeah.
all about who's out there playing that's going to make me believe whether we can win or not.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. If you look back at that Bills Chiefs game, that this is why, and just to quickly go off on a rabbit trail, you look back at these two AFC teams and you know why these two teams are the best in the NFL. I think, I know a lot of people want to say Eagles best in the NFL. I think these two teams, I mean, the style of football that they play is so exciting. And they can win in so many different ways. Both Bills and Chiefs. I think I mean, it's must watch TV. I think the Chiefs, even though they lost to the Bills, the way they beat the Chiefs was, like you said, getting home with 4 pass rushers. But the thing is without Nick Bosa, I mean, this Bills defense is top 3. I mean, it's better, I would say, than the 49ers, because the 49ers defense. I mean, especially without Travarius Ward. I mean, they have Tre'Davious White, they have Von Miller, they have a top defensive line. I mean,
Yep.
they can stop the run. They allowed 3.7 yards with the to the Chiefs last week. I mean, they're, I think, one of the top run defenses. They really don't allow anything. And that's why they have such a complete team, because they can beat you with the pass. You have an MVP season coming out of Josh Allen. They can beat you with the pass, and they have an insane defense. So it's easy to say, keep everything in front of you, allow, a bunch of short passes, allow like Patrick Mahomes needs to, that team needs to kill itself out, just don't give up any big plays. But it's easier said than done, because only the top defenses can do that against an offense. And I know, like, that Chiefs defense in 2019, and not defense, but offense in 2019 was very fast. It's gotten a little bit slower because Tyreek Hill not there anymore, but it's still a very fast offense. You have to keep things in front of you. I just don't know. Like you said, I don't know if the 49ers can do that, because especially, I mean, this is a game where Nick Bosa has to play.
You would hope so.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much they value this game, but I would value it a lot.
But I don't want to put him in a situation where he comes in because he's forced to play and he gets hurt, and now he misses another 3 or 4 games. You got to look. Unfortunately, you got to look at the long-term game plan, long-term instead of the short-term. Now, I wanted to ask you a question real quick, not to kind of go away from this.
No, you're good. You're good. Totally fine.
You mentioned the Bills defense, how great they are.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this: if the Niners weren't hurt, if every player that is hurt, Emmanuel Mosley wasn't hurt, Javon Kinlaw wasn't hurt, Aaron, all the players, all our key position, is our defense as good as the Bills?
Yes.
Can the Bills generate a pass rush?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're
good.
Can we?
Yes, absolutely.
Can they stop the run?
Yeah, they've been. I think they've been allowing under 4 yards per carry this season.
And I'm going to carry a point real quick. Can we stop the run if we're healthy?
Absolutely. We saw it in the Rams game. We saw it in absolutely.
They have a good running game. So do we, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have good receivers, decent receivers. I'm talking about the Bills.
I think they have better receivers than we do, actually. But we have a more dominant receiver in Stephon Diggs through there.
My hope, but we have enough receivers in Debo and Ayuk. Now, tight ends, we have a better tight end that is not utilized properly, but we have a better tight end than theirs. But when I get to the quarterback, that's where we separate.
Yeah. Josh Allen.
You get where MVP. I'm going with this? Everything that I mentioned defense, stopping the defense, pushing the pass rush, everything we can keep up with the Bills. But when we get to the quarterback position, we are miles and miles away. Josh Allen can win you the game.
Yeah.
Jimmy can't.
And the thing with Josh Allen is, there was a few games ago, he threw it 64 times, won that game. I mean, that offense, they don't. Well, the thing with the Bills, like, on the contrary, I don't think the Bills have a very good run game. They really don't. They run it like 10 times.
You know what? You're right. Because I forgot about what's his name. He's a small guy.
Singletary.
Yeah.
And then they have Moss, and they have James Cook as well. But none of those guys are really that good. I mean, they really don't rely on it at all. But it's like that quarterback. Run game. Yeah. I mean, we definitely do. Now, our run game can be bad at times just because, I don't know. It definitely, I think we run the same running back too many times, kind of no juice in his legs, but that's another story. But yeah, again, keys for this game. You have to get home with the 4 people you have. You have to drop as many people in coverage.
You got to run the ball and stop the run. And if you can run the ball and stop the run and get to Mahomes, in my opinion, if we are going to have any type of success in this game. How we're going to do it, that's the $1 million question. And
the Bills, even though it was close, the Bills still allowed, they allowed Patrick Mahomes 25 for 40, 2 TDs, 2 interceptions, and a lot of those plays, a lot of those receptions were, especially in the first few drives of that game last week, and that was must-watch TV, were dinks and dunks for the Chiefs.
So you can't stop Mahomes. You can just try to slow him down.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an NBA superstar. He's going to get his 25, but do you let him go off for 45?
You just don't want that 3-point shot at the end, at the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, let's get to some of the comments, though. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up. we got the Eddie DeBartolo 5 Super Bowls won. We're I think down to here. John Candy, a celebrity who has passed, who I wish I could have a beer with at a bar. He was a riot, a true talent. I'll
Yes,
look
he
him up.
was.
I'll look him up. Beto has a plan. So that's his first name because I was wondering, like, who are these people talking about in the chat? I knew Ramilia Sports Report, but I didn't actually know, like, what. I need to do a show with him, actually. That'll be my next.
Ramilia?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
just be prepared, man. He likes to put you in a corner. He does
yeah.
it so slickly, but yeah, and
Yeah.
he always talks about so much about his Rams. He thinks he knows history about his Ram, but he doesn't.
I'll quickly. Damian Lee says 32-14 Chiefs.
Yeah, see,
I'm gonna
he's
say
realistic.
without Nick Bosa, without Charvarius Ward, who is day to day, even without, I mean, that's another key. That's something that I completely forgot to bring up. Chris Jones. That's a guy, defensive tackle, but they like to line him up outside. That's a guy who wrecked the 49ers Super Bowl. And I mean, I don't care if, like, Mike McGlinchey is day to day as well, but I don't care if Mike McGlinchey is day to day. Mike McGlinchey still is going to get wrecked by Chris Jones, one of the top end talents at the league. He can play both positions, D end, D tackle, doesn't matter.
You got to remember, we dealt with him so much when he was with Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And Brendel is not going to be able to handle him inside. That's going to be a huge one. But anyways, I'm going to say without Nick Bosa, without Charvarius Ward, I could see 31-10, an absolute embarrassment. And then with those guys, I want to say 27-20. No, 24-17. We still lose, but
we still lose. But you know what? You're being realistic.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that. You can be emotional in making picks, man. I mean, you can always go. People can always root for their team no matter what. But if you're realistic and if you're smart enough to look at the roster and look at the skill positions, who we have and who we're going against, and do the matchup, you kind of have a better idea who might win that game.
Yeah,
and we don't match up right now very well with the Chiefs.
Yeah, no, it's not, and I don't see anywhere where we actually win this game. It's just, and honestly, in my eyes, like, even though in fans' eyes, this is a must-win, in the 49ers' eyes, you have a banged-up team. We're still early in the season. We have an easy NFC West. Is it really a must-win game for Kyle Shanahan? I don't know if he's actually thinking about that, because, I mean, he knows that he can come back from he was 3-5 last year, so, I mean,
it's a great momentum boost because you remember, out of all the teams that we played, the Rams are not playing good football right now. They they beat Carolina, but they were struggling for 3 quarters. And then they started taking control in the 4th quarter on a bad team with their 3rd string quarterback with Carolina. Who have we really beaten in those 3 games that are above 500? None. And the teams that we lost don't have winning records either. Now we're playing the Chiefs. We got to be realistic. I like the comment that Mariah brought up. I can see them beating us by more than and it's a reality with the injuries. Now, if we had a complete healthy team, I think we beat the Chiefs.